Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. You all may call me Pharaoh, and I'm joined with...
Skinny Minnie.
And welcome back to Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice.
Woohoo!
Now, I understand it's been a little while since we recorded because we've been adulting, but we have some time to record, so hopefully things are going to be okay now. We'll see. Regardless, last time we left off... Gonna check the log really quick. I mean, let's see here. Possibility, do explain. Well, if Miss Wyatt didn't commit the crime in the reception hall, then that must mean someone somewhere put the victim's body into the lantern. In other words, if the murder actually occurred before the reception, it opened up the possibility that...
he was killed somewhere else, the defendant didn't do it, or he was killed some other way.
I was gonna say he was killed somewhere else.
I agree.
Let's just click that.
Click!
Oh, you know what? I forgot to mention too. I still had the DLC costume on too, as well. Some people seem to be upset because they this is considered a canon case. So I'll switch it when we're done with this trial. Okay? So, you know, nobody get mad. I'll switch it later. I just figure it'll be fun to have for right now. If the body was hidden inside the lantern, then it's possible that the body was moved along with it somewhere else.
Oh, you're right!
You can run that mouth of yours all you want. But do you have any evidence to support what's coming out of it, Mr. Wright? Of course I do! I think the answer lies in that piece of evidence, and something that was left at the crime scene that will point us to where the victim was really killed.
Oh, the flower petals.
Who played a judge here?
I forgot.
I'll take care of it. Very well, Mr. Wright. In that case, what proves that the lantern and the body were moved from somewhere else?
What is the picture? It has to be the photo of the victim?
Well, what proves that the lantern and the body were moved? Yeah, because those flowers were not in the reception hall, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we present the photo here.
The photo of the victim again?
Yes. I'd like the court to focus on this thing right here.
The one on his leg or on the... I guess on the...
I was gonna go to one to the right.
Okay. Oh, come on.
You got it?
Use my stupid stylus. There we go.
Alright, here we go.
Flower petals, Mr. Wright?
These petals are a kind of flower that were not present in the reception hall. This means that they must have gotten into the lantern when it was somewhere else. And just what do you propose is somewhere else to be, Mr. Wright? I propose that this piece of evidence will tell us where the flower petals came from. We probably should have reviewed the evidence before we started recording. It's okay though. It's okay. We can figure this out. I'm just taking a look at the evidence now.
Oh, it's the photo of Hold.
Of the hold?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I see him right there. Nice one.
Haha.
Please take a look at the flowers in this picture of the hold. Notice how their petals are the same shape as the petals in a crime scene photo. Yes, I see. They do look to be from the same kind of flower. Objection. Is that really all you've got? A flower is a flower is a flower. They're all the same. I would hardly call what you presented compelling evidence. Well, I'm afraid I couldn't disagree with you more, Miss Edgeworth. I gave a flower of this type to my lovely wife once when we were young. So I can assure you this is a very meaningful and compelling evidence indeed. The soundness of my judgment in this matter is backed by nothing less but pure love. But Your Honor, let it go, Mr. Edgeworth. It's clear you don't know how much about flowers.
Cause he ain't getting or giving any.
Oh, son, you got played. It's not like you have any. Oh,
dang! I didn't see that yet.
It's not like you have anyone you actually give any to, after all. But maybe just set it up on them, just in case the opportunity presents itself. No! This from a man who only knows the names of 3 types of flowers. That's hardly relevant to the case at hand. The defense asserts that it's highly probable the victim was killed in the hold. The body was then placed in a lantern and moved to the reception hall for some reason. It would completely destroy the prosecution's case.
Then you mean the body was...
Yes, the victim's body was inside the lantern during the entire beautiful wedding reception, while the defendant and her betrothed were celebrating their love. Wait, what?
Holy crap!
On the stick? Oh, wait. Oh, there goes the music. Your smooth talk might work on his honor, but it won't work on me. What are you talking about now? Take another look at all the evidence and you'll soon see what I mean. I wish you would just tell me already. Detective Sky, I'm sure you've already figured out what I'm talking about, correct?
Of course, sir. Mr. Wright is the only one here who hasn't. Why don't you leave this to me, Mr. Edgeworth?
Very well. Let's see what you can do. Detective Sky, please give your testimony to this court.
Okay.
Alright. The prosecution's rebuttal.
The victim could not have been killed before the reception. The autopsy report states that the estimated time of death was after the reception. And that estimated time of death is correct. There's no way it could be wrong. It's clear that Mr. Gloomsbury was killed after the reception, and that completely contradicts your claim.
I guess so. Tell me you took at least a curiosity glance at the autopsy report, Mr. Wright. It appears you've grown rusty since our last outing. Might I suggest you go back and brush up on the basics? Sure, though I must say, you're as cocky as ever, Mr. Edgeworth. I beg your pardon.
What are you trying to say, Mr. Wright?
I'm just saying that I'll go back to basics if that's what Mr. Edgeworth wants. I'll prove how badly he's underestimating me with a good old-fashioned cross-examination. You know, Edgeworth's like, oh, shoot. Very well, let's see you put your money where your mouth is, Mr. Wright.
If he's getting paid, that is.
I like one money, please. I'm sure that's what we all say, but not just one.
No.
Much monies, so I can pay
Much
my
monies.
bills. So I can pay my bills. And loans.
Yes.
And
Yes.
all the adulting things.
Okay, fair. Are you calm? You alright?
It's not fun being an adult skinny.
No, it's not. But it's okay. We'll get through it.
Yeah, we will. Okay, so what do we do?
I'm gonna look at the evidence real quick.
Okay, I'm gonna go over this stuff real quick. The victim could not have been killed before the reception. Observer states that the estimated time of death was after the reception. And that estimated time of death is correct. There's no way it could be wrong. Okay, so let's... Where the hell is the autopsy report? Oh.
At the very end.
So, time... Ooh, you okay there?
Yeah.
Okay. So time of death was between 10 to 1. Now, When do we know exactly what time the reception took place?
I don't think so. No, we don't know what time it started. Should we just press on all the statements?
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, let's do that then.
So first one, here we go. You sound pretty certain. You must have some solid grounds for making that claim, right?
Of course I do. And you're going to feel silly when I show you what they are. Ready? Feast your eyes on this.
Okay. So basically, the autopsy report. Let's press on this one as well. I've read the autopsy report too, you know.
Then you don't need me to explain it to you, right? How? There's no way the victim could have been killed before the reception, I mean.
Detective Sky, I think you've overlooked something big.
I have?
Why don't you take another look at this evidence?
But I've already looked at all the evidence, and quite carefully too, I'll have you know.
Detective Sky, do not be taken in by his verbal antics. He is simply bluffing, as always.
Right, sir. So I'm guessing we have to present. There's no way it could be wrong.
That's why I feel like we have to present something, but let's press on this one just in case.
Okay. Boop.
Is it possible that the culprit did something to obscure the real time of death?
No, not in this case. There was no snow or anything to keep the body from decomposing. And there's no fridge on that airship big enough to fit a body into.
So you've already checked into that, I see.
It all comes down to the estimated time of death, doesn't it? Couldn't the killer mess with the victim's time of death by keeping the body on ice?
Yeah, if they had the means to. The prosecution is treating the estimated time of death as an absolute. But is it really?
I take it you don't think it is, huh, Nick? In that case, we're going to have to find a way to convince them otherwise.
Yeah, there's gotta be a way somehow. Okay, so we do have something. Did they mention something regarding like a fridge or a cooler or something?
Cabin, hold, left elevator, sweetheart table. I'm looking at the evidence now.
That's what I'm looking into too. Because I wanted to say something about cold was brought up, but I could be wrong. What?
The fog machine.
See, I was supposed to
Large amounts of dry ice were placed in the fog machine to produce a thick fog during the reception.
Dry ice. That
So
will
could
do
that
it.
be it?
I think it is, but which one are we presenting on? Is that the second or the last statement?
Hold on, what's the second statement?
Autopsy report states that the estimated time of death was after the reception. And the third one says that it's absolutely correct, there's no way it could be wrong.
So maybe it's the last statement. I'll try the last statement. Let me save, just in case.
Okay, well I was gonna go for it, but if you're gonna save and try it out, then I'll wait.
Okay.
And I do apologize if we're kind of like stumbling around, ladies and gentlemen. It's simply because it's been about like 2 weeks since we recorded anything, so...
Oh, yeah, that was it.
It was? Okay.
Yeah.
So, we're trying to get our bearings again.
Yep.
I admit that the estimated time of death does contradict my theory.
Finally! And that means your theory is that the victim was killed before the reception.
It's still entirely plausible.
Huh? What makes you think that?
The killer could have falsified the time of death by using a certain item in the reception hall. Please take a look at this.
Oh, sorry.
Well, do you want to keep just do it, or I don't know?
Sure, if you want me to.
Oh, actually, go ahead and do so, if you don't.
Okay. Sorry, I got used to. We just recorded Trials and Tribulations, so yeah. I just got two in the jet.
Okay, actually, yeah, go ahead and do it if you don't mind.
Sure. And what is that contraption, Mr. Wright?
It's a fog machine, Your Honor, used to create a special romantic atmosphere in the hall.
And this machine could have been used to falsify the time of death?
Yes, Your Honor, because this machine uses dry ice to perform its magic.
Dry ice? Ah, yes, the super cold stuff commonly used to make theatrical fog, right? I see. So your claim is that this dry ice was used to keep the body cold? Oh. In that case, I guess the victim could have been killed before the reception.
She said it. But you know what I'm wondering right now? Doesn't dry ice is very dangerous to handle, obviously, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so, but if you're keeping a corpse on dry ice, would that not do something to, like, the body or the skin at all? Regardless if it's alive or dead, I guess? I'm not sure. I'm asking because, you know, you watch a lot of CSI, Law & Order, right? Maybe it was brought up. I don't know. Well, I'm just kind of overthinking. It's fine.
I guess. We'll see.
Alright.
Order in this court. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do you have to say about this development?
That the victim was killed in the hold before the wedding reception. The prosecution acknowledges the possibility of his claim. Now we're getting somewhere.
But?
The prosecution would also like to thank you, Mr. Wright.
Oh, crap.
Uh-oh. Huh? For what? I didn't know how a certain piece of evidence fit into this case. But now, thanks to you, I do. What piece of evidence? To get into the hold, one needs a keycard, like this one. And here we have a record of those who enter the hold with such keycards. The times aren't specified, but these are the last 3 entries on the day of the murder. And as you can see, the last person to enter the hold that day was the defendant.
Crap.
But what?
So the one who moved the body out of the hold must have been...
That's right. It was none other than the defendant. Now, I'm sure you guys are probably thinking, wait a minute, there was another name before Ellen.
Persnickety!
Yes, and I forgot, I know people are also mentioning, like, oh, Feral and Skinny, these are like the puns. Like, Ellen Wyatt means all in white. I'm like, okay. I guess I can see that one, okay. And then Dumas Gloomsbury, I kind of figured, I didn't say anything, but kind of like, you know, doom and gloom.
Oh.
And persnickety. Yeah, and persnickety, actually, I was a little unsure. I think I've heard the word before, but I just didn't really, like, think of anything. I thought nitpicky. That's what I was kind of thinking.
Oh, but, that's a good one.
But yeah.
Ugh. Excuse me.
No, you're good. Did you say this for Maya?
Oh, hey, Nick! Take a look at this entry record. There are a couple of other names here, besides Ellen.
Hey, you're right! According to the entry record, Mr. Edgeworth, Pierce Nickety, or how am I gonna say his name now?
Pierce Nickety.
Pierce Nickety, okay. Pierce Nickety had also gotten into the hold. Isn't it possible that he could have been the culprit?
Objection!
Sorry, but Mr. Nickety was escorting a few of the guests at the time. I'm sure they would be happy to testify to that fact if you'd like. Think me cocky all you'd like, Mr. Wright, but my confidence is rarely misplaced.
I bet you would like to think that.
Cocky bastard. Ugh. Now then, it's probably safe to assume that after killing the victim in the hold, the defendant moved his body to the hall in order to dispose of it discreetly. What do you mean by discreetly? The defendant volunteered to take care of the reception's cleanup part personally. That means she would have had a chance to dispose of anything in any way she wanted, including taking the lantern off the airship without raising any suspicion. Don't tell me you didn't know about Miss Wyde volunteering for cleanup duty, Mr. Wright. crap. That is right.
She did say that.
Uh-oh. I'll be right back. Could you entertain a guest really quick?
Sure. So, she's still cooking salt. I'm a terrible hostess. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're doing pretty good. I hope he doesn't leave this in, because it's so embarrassing. So, you guys got any new things going on? Yeah? You do? That's cool. Yeah. Did you hear a joke about... Oh, okay. Oh, thank goodness you're back.
Okay. Now I'll go back to editing and see what you were saying about me.
I didn't say anything about you.
Okay, I'm just messing.
I was gonna tell him a joke.
And did it not work?
No, no, you came back before I could tell it.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe we can tell at the end of the video.
Okay.
So she says that she offered to take on preparations of cleanup because, you know, she's still, doing her maidly duties.
Maidly.
Duties. Gah! Look at you, sweating buckets like a rookie, even after all these years. Nevertheless, thank you for proving that the only person who could have killed the victim in the hold is... Ellen Wyatt! Oh! Great job, Phoenix! Now we're back to square one. Perhaps you should ask Miss Sykes for some help in reviewing Defense for Dummies.
Way to go, sir! You've got Mr. Wright in a cold sweat.
I wonder if maybe the problems of seeing that miserable look on his face is what brought me back to the court today. It certainly made all of my stress and woes as chief prosecutor just melt away.
Ugh, I guess he had a lot of stress built up.
I'll give him something to stress over what we're through today. Your Honor, the prosecution asks that you render your verdict at this time. Before that man over there tries to throw the court into chaos with his meaningless bluffs.
I see. Mr. Wright, are there any last meaningful bluffs you'd like to present to this court?
Why does he have to assume it's only a bluff? Because 90% of chance it is.
Nick, hurry up and throw a good one out there.
I will! Well, alright then. Let's see. I got it! How do you know it was Miss Y who used her keycard? After all, if it turns out that somebody else used her card, it would mean Miss Y didn't do it.
Interesting. And are you able to prove this bluff to be true?
I assure you, I'm not bluffing, Your Honor. Well, now what?
Wait a minute, Nick. I can think of a certain somebody who might have used Ellen's keycard.
You can?
Remember? The one who was sneaking around the hold in spite of not being a family member?
Oh, that's right! Your Honor, the defense would like to call certain witnesses to the stand. I need a testimony of this person who may have entered a hold with Miss Wyatt's card.
Oh.
Larry.
Son of a biscuit.
That's your witness? Are you saying that numbskull was on the airship? He never breathed a word about that to me. Well, that's not surprising because Mr. Nickety told him to keep quiet about it. But Mr. Butts had himself admitted to me. He claimed to have found a way to sneak into the Flying Chapel's hold to see Miss Wyatt. This photo he took and gave to me is proof. Then wasn't he who moved the lantern with the body inside the reception hall? You know him as well as I. You know as well as I that with him anything is possible, and this is just one possibility we should definitely look into. I can't believe this. What in the world is he doing mixed up in this? Oh, come on, Mr. Edgeworth. Remember what we've been saying since elementary school? When something smells, it's usually the butts. Exactly. Gah, that Larry! He'll pay for this! Well, if you want to extract your payment now, he's right up there in the gallery. Yikes!
Bailiff sees the witness before he makes a run for it.
No! Why does this stuff always happen to me? Sorry, Larry, but you brought this on yourself.
Yep. Let us break for a 15-minute recess. I ask that both sides prepare for the next witness testimony during this time.
God, is Larry a freaking idiot?
He's such a Dumas. Dumas. I think I made a joke before and didn't really go too well. Well, let's see here.
I don't know if it'll continue. Like, is it going to be continued? Or...
That's what I was thinking, but I'm assuming because they didn't do it now, I think it's safe to say that we can take a break and continue going to a new video.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, if it does, then so be it. We just continue the video. I mean, I understand you guys may get frustrated, like when Skinny and I may stop the video before To Be Continued portion is just about to pop up, but the thing is, how are we supposed to know?
Yeah, this is blind. We can't know.
I mean, yeah, what are you going to do? But regardless, next time, ladies and gentlemen, I guess we'll have to hear what Larry has to say about all this, and hope it's not just a bunch of shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
Anytime I hear about that, anytime I hear the word shenanigans, or I say the word shenanigans, I think about that movie Super Trooper, or Super Troopers. Have you ever watched it?
Isn't it that's an old movie, ain't
it? Probably like early mid 2000s.
Oh my gosh, that's still old.
Don't say that. Making me feel old. But yeah, have you seen that movie?
I think so.
All right, like I don't know if you remember that one scene where they keep saying shenanigans, and the chief of police, he's like, I swear, somebody else does shenanigans, I'm gonna pistol whip them. And they're like, hey, Fargo, what's that restaurant with all that crap you like on the walls? Oh, you mean shenanigans?
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Oh, God. They're making that sequel. I think they're done filming it or whatever, but I hope it ends up being good. Okay. Well, regardless, as usual, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you all next time for Let's Play Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Spirit of Justice.
Woo! Shenanigans!
Shenanigans! We'll see you guys later.
How do you discipline your pet rock?
I'm not sure.
You hit rock bottom.
Wow. You have to be ashamed of yourself for that one. A little bit, maybe?
It was a good one. You know it was.